element of FMM services, we were tasked to do a few things. How to look at improving productivity, improve competitiveness, and things like that. So I put out a few proposals, and one of the proposal is to move into this lean production system. So to FMM, our role is very straightforward because we are funded by our members to manage the association. So if our members are satisfied with our services, then we have more members and we can do more work for them. For the members, I think so far we have been able to improve their productivity as well as overall performances. If you look at specifically, I think the operational rate improved from 20 to 50%. So meaning if their operational rate improve, therefore they can produce more for the market at lower prices. Some data have shown clearly that if you do it right, you can reduce your stock, unnecessary stock, work in progress products. By reducing this, you are releasing or ease on your cash flow. So you manage your money better. At the same time, the most, I think, important result so far is the reduction in the number of workers. It can range from 20 right up to 50%, reduction. So if you take an average of 30% reduction in the workers, I think this means a lot in terms of employing more local people, or we are becoming less dependent on foreign workers. At the same time, if we can reduce 20-30% of the current workers, it could perhaps the company can pay the workers more than the statutory minimum wage. And this is part of our contribution too. You know that today the cost of living has gone up, and I think it is the responsibility of the employer to ensure that their family members, family members of the company, not family members just limited, the company of the family members taken care of. Aspiration to see that the economic, the basic needs of our workers is improved without the government intervention in terms of minimum wage, conditions set. We should be trying our best to improve their living standards. That's our goal.
Okay.
Because when you talk about competitiveness, there are so many factors in terms of competitiveness. You can look at competitiveness in terms of the product itself, in terms of how the level of technology required, especially for SMEs, and the cost of your production, the quality standards, and I think if you were to look at today, if the company today can produce, can sustain their business at today's cost, I'm sure with the lean production system, they will be able to sell their product more because the cost gone down by having less workers, by improving their operational rate, by reducing the waste in terms of waste of rejects. You look at the 3R, for example. You look at reduction use of raw materials, reuse of some of the raw material that you have, and recycling some of the raw material you have. All this is part of the lean production system, because sometimes when we produce certain product, consumer product, we don't realize that how much is our waste. Waste in the raw material itself. So that's one major portion. And normally in standard manufacturing, I think standard manufacturing cost, the raw material may contribute 60-70% of the cost of finished products, unless you produce a precision parts, where you require many processes, then the basic raw material may be lower. But generally, general manufacturing, your cost, material cost contribution to the overall sale value is about 60 to 70%. Or 60%. So that VA, value added part, of 30 to 40% is important. Kalau you look at the lean, is also in terms of the quality consistency. The quality consistency is important in order for the customer to trust your product. Without consistent quality, people don't trust your brand, and you cannot have any goodwill out of the brand. You sell a product, but if people are familiar and recognize your brand as good product, then you have goodwill on the brand. Say like Coca-Cola, for example. Just because of the brand, you can sell 20% more, people still trust your products, because you have got the brand. And sometimes brand is synonymous with the products. If you go to the shop today, you want to buy toothpaste, you call it Colgate, instead of asking for toothpaste. So that's reflect the successful of the brand. Why? Because people have associated toothpaste with the brand, with Colgate brand. So that shows how effective is their advertisement and promotion, where the brand becomes the products. Toothpaste lah, sabun Lux lah, and Nescafe, for example, coffee, Milo instead of cocoa, chocolates, you call Milo. Nestle product, Maggi Mee, instead of noodle, you call Maggi Mee. That's the difference. See how could MPC and FMM work together and further enhance our program in order to benefit more members. At the end of the day, it should benefit the nation. Both parties will help each other to achieve bigger success. If MPC be working alone, then maybe you need the private sector to be working with MPC to have to push for a certain rate of success. This is, I think, because the business people are always ambitious, very ambitious, want to get the success like yesterday, to get things done, and plus the government, there's the limitation that you cannot do. So what you cannot do as a government body, FMM can do. What FMM cannot do as a private organisation, then MPC could perhaps help us. So this is perhaps the first collaboration in promoting lean. First collaboration between private sector or private organisation and government agency. And perhaps I think we could also invite, especially MPC could invite other associations to attend some of our program, and perhaps they can work on the same structure with MPC. And MPC having gone through our business model and plan, could perhaps be adopting the same approaches on what we are doing. So that's why I said this collaboration, we have to ensure that it is sustainable, not only sustainable but also is growing.
It's a role model to others.